with flux coating on it. This is what you can buy in the storeroom. It comes 3 feet long. I cut it in half so it doesn't poke me in the eye. And down here there's yellow brass. With no flux.
Make the folks at home real sick.
Yeah. But there's flux on the table. And so what you do with this stuff is you heat it up and you poke it in here and the flux sticks to it when it's hot. Now we can do both and show you how it works.
So is this one like supposedly easier to work with?
Well, you don't have to keep dipping it. It's got flux all the way up.
It's more expensive.
Yeah, a little bit.
Depending on your budget with your time.
You know, we bought this stuff so long ago and nobody's done brazing for probably 10 years. But it's a price that's 10 years old. So if you go down to the storeroom, you can buy it. And there's 2 different sizes. This is 1/8 and I think there's 3/16, a little heavier. So if you have a really crappy joint, you need to fill in a lot of stuff. On some bikes where they flow the joints together, they'll use yellow brass because they can, sort of make it flow and then go back and file and grind it. And you can put in a lot of material with this. It's a little bit harder to get silver to build up heavy. Oh, you can do it, but the silver actually melts at a lower temperature than the yellow brass. Yeah. Well, it depends on the silver. This stuff flows pretty nice. Also, I think with the silver solder, you could probably do this with MAP gas or a propane torch. We don't have, we have 1 torch and 1 bottle of MAP gas. So 2 of you could probably be working in here. But when we run out of the MAP gas, that's sort of good. And you might get away with it with propane. We're going to do it with this oxyacetylene setup here. And this runs a little bit hotter than MAP gas. And it depends on the torch tip too. I've got a fairly small tip on here.
I have a quick question. What do you say? What gas? MAP?
MAP.
MAPP.
MAP.
It's like you can buy little cylinders that.
Yeah, it's like a
supply,
propane
like,
cylinder or a propane torch.
It burns a lot cleaner than propane.
And it burns hotter.
They use them in the glass blowing building, right?
Yeah.
That's the.
I don't know, do they?
Yeah, there's like a little. It's like that.
What color are they?
It's like bluish.
Blue is propane, yellow is MAP, red is
I don't know. I took it a while ago.
it's like oxyacetylene.
Red would be acetylene.
Yeah.
So, over here on the wall, there's a little setup for the torches. You should know that acetylene is explosive in free-atmosphere over 15 psi. That means it would blow this room up and probably half of the next room, and drop the next 2 floors up down on us.
Let's do it.
So you want to be careful, and when you open the acetylene tank, you need to have one of these T-wrenches, and we keep these in the tool room and check them out over there. That way we sort of know who's in here. We know somebody's in here. I'm going to get this welding screen out of the way. This is when people are TIG welding, they wrap that around themselves so they don't blind someone. So these go in here. It's a good idea before you open the tank valves to make sure the torch valves are shut off. You want to open the oxygen all the way. And you want to open the acetylene just a 1/4 turn. Can you guess why?
Because you can actually unscrew it all the way.
Well, no.
The ratio. The ratio.
No.
You only need a little
If
bit.
you see a flame going back down the torch, you have about 7-8 seconds. You need to be able to go boom,
Turn it off
and it's
instantly.
off. That's why it's a 1/4 turn. So, to light the torch, you want to turn on the acetylene first. See if my striker's working. Oh, you need to add fuel to the line. About 10 pounds of oxygen, about 7 pounds of acetylene.
Wait, 10 pounds of oxygen, 10 pounds of acetylene?
No,
7 and 7.
7. 7 and 10.
Okay.
Usually when you're grazing, you want an oxidizing flame, so you use a little more oxygen actually coming out of the tours, and we'll show you how to adjust the tip.
Okay.
So this is just acetylene burning. When you add the oxygen, you can see this little inner tip here, and those two sort of come back like that, and you've got a neutral flame. Now this has a little bit more acetylene than you need. Usually to adjust this, you want to just adjust it until it stops smoking, about right there, and then add the oxygen. And so for brazing, usually I add a little bit more oxygen, just so you hear it like that. And that'll be fairly hot. We can cool this down by cutting back on the acetylene a little bit, like that. Also, when you're working in here, I won't turn it on now, but there's a fume collection system here. We'll turn it on for a second. Push that lever up, and then hit the run button, or the hand. The other nice thing about this is it has a light in here that will shine on your work so you can actually see. So for grazing, I'd probably use one of these shields because it'll be a little bit hotter. But for the silver soldering,
When you turned off the flame, which one did you hit first? Did it
well,
matter?
usually you turn the oxygen off first with the acetylene.